Alright. I'll give a countdown. Alright, in 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck. Did you restart the run yet, dude? Here, give a countdown. Alright, well, anyways, here's Contra 3 on hard mode. Basically, the Contra 3 run consists of just the main thing we're going to be doing is weapon swapping. The gist of it is basically you mash the weapon swap button while shooting, which pretty much lets you do more damage, all that sort of stuff. So stage 1, it's just a lot of random spawns. The main thing, you just gotta keep moving forward. Spawns are pretty hectic inside this game, but obviously spread takes care of most of the stuff. So, another thing we're going to be doing inside stage 1 is a thing called the screen scrolling. So basically the screen tries to lock onto you and follows you at the same speed as the character. But if for whatever reason if you're ahead of the screen when it starts scrolling, it causes you to skip certain things if you want. The main thing we're going to be doing is skipping the lava section, as we'll see in a minute. But basically, we want double C throughout this entire run, because it's the most damaging weapon. And it allows us to do a lot of quick kills. So, dying is pretty bad, as you can see. I'm sure that can be said for every speedrun in general. So yeah, as you see, he's ahead of the screen and allows him to skip the lava pillars, which saves a lot of time, so you kind of don't want to die. So coming up is the first boss, which is the turtle. In every difficulty, easy and normal, you can pretty much shoot it point blank. Oh, and Drift just died. That's a good sign. But yeah, as I was saying, in hard mode, you cannot do stand away, because the higher the difficulty, the more likely you are to get killed, or for the turtle to shoot a bullet out of the heart, which you're supposed to be shooting. But yeah, so this fight's gonna take longer since he lost 1C. And right now he's getting really bad RNG. Because the turtle keeps extending his head. Wow, this is really bad pattern. But yeah, the fight's not supposed to last this long, but yeah, the unfortunate death happened. Alright, stage 2. So stage 2, basically the main thing is you have to shoot all these pods to get to the boss. But in hard mode, all these pods have different patterns. As you can see, one spins around, one has to wait. You have to wait to stop shooting before it opens up. One, you have to have your back turned to the pod before it opens up. But yeah, it's a pretty clean stage 2. He ended off with the sprint. Wait, what? Oh, he missed a pod. Oh, that's oh man, this is a train wreck. He missed a pod where you have to have your back turned. That pod can be pretty tricky. Oh my god. Oh, Drifter! Oh no. Well, that's unfortunate. Here's the stage 2 boss. There's a quick kill you can do where basically, if you turn around, if you do a complete 180 and take a couple steps back, you'll be aligned with the eye and you can kill it before it does anything. But yeah, this is not ideal, as you can see. Alright, so stage 3. There's a lot of bosses in the stage, which can cause a lot of time loss, because ideally you want them to give you the best patterns, but yeah, relying on all of them to give you a good pattern is it's very unlikely to happen. So coming up is the first mini boss, the dude with the rotating thingy, whatever you want to call it. So basically what you can do is, right when the arms extend out, you can drop onto it and get a quick kill on the eye before it does full rotation, just like that. Nicely done. Right here, Drifter's gonna get another crush, so we'll be back in... Oh my... Drifter! What are you doing, Drifter? It's okay, there's another crush near the end of the stage. Spread is actually probably the second best weapon next to laser. It's very situational. Most of these things you can be fighting up close, so spread's not bad. Also, lag reduction, I guess, but that's very unfortunate. So right now it's an R-scroller. Can't do anything to speed this up. All you have to do is just wait till he gets to the top, fight it. Ideally you want a 2-cycle for this boss fight, but he likes to troll a lot by faking attacks and just like moving all over the place. Right there you can get some early shots in when he quickly opens his eye. And a nice 2-cycle, that was pretty good, considering that he's missing a crush. Now right here you can climb up the wall quickly if you just jump up and grab to the wall at the height of your jump. It scrolls the screen up pretty quickly. So here's the next mini boss, the UFO. Some issues might be going on. Apparently I'm watching the wrong stream. So commentary might be off. This is... Oh man, what a train wreck. Okay, so I skipped ahead. So, okay, we're at the boss now. Sorry for that, guys. Technical difficulties. I don't know why the stream was like so far behind, but yeah. All right. So, killed the twins, that we call it. Anyways, back up to speed. We don't need to worry about what just happened earlier. All right. So since Drifter's missing another C, he's gonna do a slightly slower strat. Probably actually way slower strat. So ideally, if you have double C, you can kill this guy before you start shooting the flames, but since we're missing one, we're going to be doing kind of like the low percent strat, in a sense, but yeah. Yeah, okay. So ideally, what you want to do is align yourself at the top of his head and shoot down. Then when he shoots the laser up at you, you drop down and shoot up, and you should be dead by then, but yeah. Alright, coming to stage 4. You might get a C drop here, but it could also be a S. S. So there's 2 plots in this stage that could be either Crush or Spread. The one that I just picked up, and there's one after the Battleship. Obviously it's a little unlucky with the Crush drop here. So the first boss coming up is this tank. And basically, you can kill it before it actually fully gets on screen. Well, I guess Drifter's playing it a little safe. I think he could have still got the quick fall on it, but that's alright. Might as well play it safe. This run's already a train wreck, to say the least. So if you stay all the way to the left, those lasers won't get you. And coming up this snake guy thing, I don't know why this battleship has a snake on it, but if you stay all the way to the right, it won't get you. With a little safety strap there. Alright, this guy's the acrobat. He's really random in what he does, but thankfully Drifter got a good pattern. But ideally you want him to pretty much stay near the area where he drops, but he can also just fly all over the place, which is really a giant time loss. So right here, Drifter's picking up a spread. Or not spread, a laser. Because laser's much more useful during the boss of the stage. So he's gonna keep laser, but if this next coming up pod drops crush, he's gonna replace it. But if not, he's gonna keep the laser. Alright, and he got a really good drop, which is really lucky. So coming up is the ninja, and basically you don't lose any time unless he doesn't die before the helicopter reaches maximum height. But yeah, he dies really quickly. Alright, so coming up is probably the hardest boss in the game, especially in hard mode. Yeah, the battleship. So in order to start doing damage on this boss, you have to kill these 2 turrets. And it's really hard to do, especially because the missile patterns are random, and these things try to shoot at you, and all these red things dropping out. And yeah, a very unfortunate death. This boss fight is really brutal. Oh no! It's just really difficult boss fight to do. There's so many things going on. It's hard to kind of keep track of what you're doing. There's a really good fast strat that you can do where you can kill the turrets before the boss fully reaches on the screen, but it's really hard to do, especially in hard mode. So like I said, the missile speeds that you hang on to, they've been greatly increased inside hard mode. So now we're doing low percent, basically. I think Drifter's gonna try and get some drops from the pods that he destroys, just so he can speed things up a bit. Because this boss fight, you definitely don't want to do with only the default weapon. It's a nightmare, and it takes forever. So, same concept in this stage as stage 2. You basically just need to go around the stage and destroy the pods as quickly as possible. So, Drifter has 1C, so he's probably going to keep his default weapon when he's going between pods, but he's going to pull it out every time he goes to the actual pod. A little skip there that you can do. You can pretty much go around that wall. It saves a little bit of time. So in easy mode, this is like the easiest boss fight inside the entire game, but on hard mode, the difficulty is greatly increased, so you actually have to fight this boss. It's pretty easy if you know what to do, but there's things that can get in the way, like those arms and those flames. And I am just cursing this run left and right. But a nice spread drop at the end, so at the beginning of stage 6, it shouldn't be too bad. So stage 6, basically a giant boss rush. There's a lot of quick kills that you can do, but there's periods in between each boss that is pretty brutal, especially after this first boss. This next session that we're coming to is called the Gauntlet. Basically, there's these mouths on the ceiling and floor that pretty much just send out these orbs if you're going out too slow. So basically, you want to keep moving. But there's also these spawns jumping out at you, and it can be really stressful. You could use a bomb to make it much safer, but obviously that causes way too much lag, and we're trying to avoid that. Yeah, and Drifter's using a bomb here for safety. This boss fight just spawns those enemies like crazy. And if you notice, all these bosses are basically the old bosses from the previous Contra games. Like, obviously the one we just killed is the final boss from Contra 1. Here's the final boss of Super C. This boss here can be killed fairly quickly. Shoot at point blank. I don't think its health is increased at all between difficulties. Maybe slightly, but don't quote me on that. Now coming up is the Gargoyle, and this guy can be a bit of a troll. You can kill him fairly quickly, but the hitbox on his head is like very weird. But Drifter got a pretty decent fight there. Alright, now it's the final boss. So what we want to do is kill the left arm and leave the right arm. So if you kill 2 arms, or both arms I should say, the boss just keeps constantly spawning enemies coming out the arm. But if you keep one out, basically you can just keep shooting around the eyes and kill the queen before it does any other stuff. Alright, time for the brain. So ideally you want 3 red orbs and 1 stone orb. That's like the most quickest way to kill it. 4 cycles is the quickest. But pretty much want to end off with a stone orb. If you get any other orb before that, then you can do decent damage in, you can pretty much get a 4 cycle. But we want red because it's the safest and probably the quicker, like the shorter cycle. You can get a lot of damage on. So that force orb that he got didn't really matter too much. He can still get a 4 cycle. But you have to be really, really precise with which orb you get, or which orb you shoot. So far, so good. Alright, here's a stone orb. So what you can do is just lay down between the orbs, because when you lay down, your hitbox is essentially just your character's elbow, which allows you to just lay down here and not get hit at all. And nice, we got the 4 cycle. Alright, so 1 boss left, but it's really minuscule. If you lose like 8 lives to this, that's it's kind of bad. This boss has very low health. And you only see this boss inside hard mode. So basically what you're going to want to do is just hope that the armored brain doesn't swipe at you with its arms. So essentially all you can do is just go to the middle of the missile and just shoot down at him. Really easy boss fight. Especially with double C. And he got the good pattern. Nice. And hit the time when the game takes control of your character. And time 16:43. Wow, what a run. Oh man. Well, that's Contra 3. Sorry for the audio delay. Apparently I need to refresh to catch up.
Alright.
Well, Drifter, what a fantastic run.
Wasn't that great?
Yeah, it totally wasn't on fire the entire time. Not a train wreck at all.
It's a good thing I started with 7 lives, otherwise it would have been a game over in the beginning. But we did it. We came back.
This run was a train wreck.